Hello there, folks. Hey, this is Joe Wazoo here. Hey, today I'm going to talk about an application where a customer would like to, oh, how do I say, calculate the total usage for that day, if you will. So this customer has some kind of flow meter or some kind of device that just generates a number that keeps going up based on whatever's going by, gallons of gas or whatever. I don't know, but it just keeps going up, and it has a grand total in it. So that number continues to rise. And what they want to do is they'd like to basically do some math that calculates how much did they make this day versus yesterday or the day before. And so you have this grand total number that keeps going up, and they need to calculate some math on that. So what I've done in this application is I've got to, let me see if I get the web page. So here it is running right here, and this is the current application. Here's the grand total that's coming from the flow meter, if you will. And you'll see this number just keeps going up and up, and that's all it does. And what they want to do is they want to calculate how much usage they had per day and so forth. So I always do these exercises and start off focusing on just a minute because it's a lot easier to do some calculations over a minute time than it is to wait for an hour or a whole 24 hours to go by. So here I've got a updated reading that occurs every minute, and we can see here that the last minute grand total is this number, but the last minute total is this small number here that's being calculated every minute. And down here I'm doing a trend view of that particular chart of those different numbers being stored and so forth. So let me go ahead and show you the database, how this is working. So here's the Crimson database. If I go over here to data tags, I'm going to point out to you a couple things here. Um, I think I have other videos on this, but if you ever want to use the real-time clock that's in the Red Line product for seconds, hours, minutes, day of the week, and so forth, you can basically create an integer tag and use the function that you're looking for in a get now. So in this case, if I wanted to find out what the current seconds are on the clock, I would type get seconds, open parentheses, get now, open close parentheses, and then another close again. And that'll return the seconds count in 0 to 59 seconds. So 0 to 59 is 60. So that's 60 seconds over a minute. If I wanted to do the minutes in an hour, exact same thing. I'll do get min, get now, and that'll return the current minute of the hour that's running here. And then the hour one will do the exact same thing, get hour, open parentheses, get now, open close, close parentheses. That'll return the hour in a military 0 to 23 format. So in this case, in this application, what I'm doing, if I want to look at, get the reading per minute, what I'm doing here is I've got one tag that says get 59-second reading. So what this one will do right here, this tag here, obviously you see here it's got get seconds, get now. Okay, so that's going to return the current seconds. If I go to the triggers tab, I'm going to say when this tag equals 59, so at 59 seconds, I'm going to find out this minute's total. Now, I've got this here as a complex code. Let me show you the code. So what I do here, and when this occurs, is I have a tag called this minute total that equals the flow total grand total minus the last minute total. So that happens at 59 seconds, if you will. Let's click the every minute tag here, and let's look at this one. So this one's the get seconds now. If I go to triggers, so this one happens right at the head of the minute here, right at the 0. It says get previous minute total. So let's look here. So this one takes the grand total and puts it into an internal tag called last minute total. Okay, so think about this. The grand total goes into last minute total. All right, so there's that tag. And then if I go to the 59 second here, look what I do here. I take the grand total then minus that last minute total, and that tells me what did I do over the last minute. So that's given me the calculation for every minute in this application. Okay. So if I want a little step further, what if I want to do the same exact thing on every hour? So I have another tag here called every hour. If I go to the data tab, I'm doing this the long way, get min, get now. If I go to the triggers tab, it says get previous hour total. So notice it's at 0, so it's at the head of the hour. And I basically take the grand total and put it into a tag called last hour total. All right. Then if I click on the 59 minute, this is the last minute of the hour. If I click this guy, and I guess I'm doing this one a little different. This one a little bit different here. I got this text here. And in this case, I'm using these tags that are always running, and I'm asking the question, if the minutes equals 59 and the current seconds is at 59, so that's the last second of that whole hour, right when that happens, this equation becomes true. Thus, on the triggers tab, I ask, does it equal 1? Yes. And then down here, I do this hour total. And look, I take the grand total minus the last hour total, and that tells me what this hour total is. So that's how I'm doing it based on hourly. And then if I go down a little further, in the customer, in this application, they really want to do every day. So this is exactly what the customer is going to do. On the data tab, I've got a tag here called get 11:59 p.m. reading. And on the source tab here where it says get reading, I got this in here, it says get reading at 23:59:59. So at 11:59 p.m., 59 seconds, right here, you see I'm returning 23 double equals. If it equals 23, that becomes true. And double equals, if that equals 59, that becomes true. And seconds double equals, remember that asks the question, equals 59. So when this whole equation becomes true, that means it's definitely 23 hour, 59 minutes, 59 seconds. Click OK. That returns a 1. If I go to the triggers, when it equals a 1, I run this complex code and I say basically, okay, we're going to take the flow grand total minus yesterday's total and put it into this day's total. Now, what I need to do right after that then is on the everyday calculation. Let's look at the everyday here. So this happens right at midnight. So look, hour equals 0, minutes equals 0, seconds equals 0. That's exactly 12 a.m. When that equation becomes true, triggers equals 1. I then do like I've done on the others. I take the grand total and I put it into a tag called last day total. Perfect. So that's how this application works. And that's what's cranking away here. I'm also, just for giggles in this application, make this a little bigger. If I go over here to data logger, I thought it'd be kind of cool to log this data as well. So I've got an every minute log that it's taking a reading once a second, 60 samples, 30 files. This is going to log this minute total. I have another one called every hour log. Now notice what I'm doing here. I've got 3,600 seconds in here, 168 samples. So this is every hour log. So if you take 60 seconds times 60 minutes, you're going to find out the update rate is 3,600. So that's going to make a reading every hour. And then I've got each file holds 168 samples. So if you divide 24 or 168 divided by 24, that'll tell you how many days each file holds. Let me pull out my trusty calculator here. I forgot what that looked like here. Let's see here. There we go. So if I take 168 divided by 24, that means that file is going to exactly hold 7 days of data. And then I'll have 30 files. So basically 30 weeks of data here when this gets done. Contents, this hour total. And if I go to the everyday log, this is what the customer's going to do. I put an update rate here of 43,200 seconds, 24 samples, and 30 files. So this here number is basically every 12 hours, I'm going to take a reading in this, and every file is going to have 24 samples or basically 12 days of data in here and 30 files, contents. There it is. So that's what I'm doing on the data logger. And since I got this up and running, let me go ahead and pull up the web page. Here it is here. I'm going to go back to this, click view logs. Here's my log files. If I want to look at every minute, you can see they're all pretty much consistently here running. If I click on them, they're going to be a bunch of stuff. There you go. But if I go to the every hour log, click on one of these, you can see it's got here all the data there. And if I wanted to look at every day log, here's the file. All right, so it comes in like this. Let me save this one a little different here. You save it to my desktop, and I'll save it as a CSV, comma separated, uh, comma separated file, whatever that is, variable. Click save here. Give it a second here. Let me open this up in Excel or something. So if you look here, team, I originally started this program or this application on July 1st. I was tinkering with this application. So some of the things weren't consistent. And then after I left it, every day is pretty much 42 well, gallons or whatever the rate is. So you can see here it's 42 each time here. So this is the data log working just fine, exactly what the customer wants to do. I'm not going to save that, close that. And if I go back here to the remote view, and there it is. So that's the application. If you want a copy of this database, feel free to send me an email and I'll send it to you. I believe it's called the HMI 91 Totalizer. And that's about it. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, folks. See you later.